Facebook ads library versus LinkedIn ads library. If you didn't know today that Facebook has an ads library and LinkedIn has an ads library, then this is the room for you, especially if you are focusing on advertising on LinkedIn and providing a searchable collection of ads that you can be able to understand. And also if you want to run ads on Facebook, that will be meta ads. This is where you want to be. These are the kind of places you want to be on. And most times we don't look at these things because we don't know, or if we know, we don't know how to use them. So today I wanted to break this down and give you some insight on how this can actually take your business to the next level, and do that in a way that would be more specific in getting you more results over time, so that you can also be able to do this for your business if you're looking at this from the long-term perspective. So yeah, we're going to talk about this. I mentioned it and highlighted it like in brief, but I wanted to bring this as well here. What's up, Hamburger, Frenzy? Hey, Rob, welcome to the space. How are you?
That much, but every time I say that, I actually still do.
Because we love you, Rocky. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you for the time. And I'm excited that we are today specifically talking about these two platforms and the power of these two. And not many people talk about them or do them or even know about them. So I said, let's just break it down so that if you want to understand these things, you'll be able to understand what's going on. Now, for ads library, you'll be able to see that on their page. If you want to just exactly know where they are, go to facebook.com/ads/library. That's going to take you to the Facebook ads library. I'll put the link in the chat. And then if you want to go to the LinkedIn ads library, you have to go to linkedin.com/ad-library. That's how you'll be able to find it. And then if you want to add another dash home, it will take you to the home page. So you'll be able to see it and find the company, advertiser, the payer, the keyword, the country, the date. When you hit more, it will tell you language, location, audience, demographic, company, education, job, interest, and traits. So you're able to sort it out by the thousands, by the millions, and or none. That's the options you have on LinkedIn. And then on Meta, you're able to search through all ads, issues, elections or politics, housing, employment, financial products and services. And then you can base it by the country, and then you choose your ad category. So it's very different from your regular search, but this is where you're going to be able to see all these different ones. So if you also notice on Meta, they say that search all the ads currently running across Meta technologies, as well as they put in the listicles ads about social issues, elections, or politics that have run in the past 7 years, ads that have run anywhere in the EU, European Union in the past year, ads that have run in the UK in the past year, and that have run after July 1st, 2025. So it's not open to all years, so it's specific to these different ones. And then on the bottom left-hand corner, you'll be able to see when you go to Facebook ads library, just a quick hint. When you go to the bottom left-hand corner, when you use your desktop, you'll see a section that says system status. And it will tell you the ad library reports, the ad library API, and the branded content. And then when you click see details, it will tell you more about the different things, and it will let you know about your account. If you have any issues, if you have no issues, you should have all green check marks. There are about 4 of them, and it will update based on the time that you check it in real time. So that's something to check, because when you have Meta or LinkedIn, you're going to have a company profile for LinkedIn, and you're also going to have a LinkedIn inside tag. which is going to be helping you run ads. And if you have Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram, then you want to have a Meta pixel on your website. So everything still goes back to your website, irrespective of which platform that you use, so that you're able to still link it back to what you need long term. So we'd love to hear from you, Rocky and Fredo. Welcome to Space. What are your thoughts on the topic for today between Facebook ads library and LinkedIn ads library?
I'm not familiar with LinkedIn Ads Library. I love Facebook Ads Library for ideas as far as ad copy and images. However, I'm interested in knowing, I don't think it shows you how successful that ad is. Does it give you analytics? Because if it doesn't give me analytics, and I don't really know, you know what I'm saying, if it converts, works or not.
Okay. With LinkedIn, it searches by words or phrases. With Facebook, it searches more so just by ad category. You choose all ads and then you search by keyword or advertiser. So LinkedIn has more specific details, especially where it says keyword. That's where you can really understand to see who are running ads with that copy in their ad
No, I
created.
mean, as far as conversion, like how well the ad is doing and stuff like that, I would like to see something like that, you know?
Oh, that would definitely be. I mean, I don't think that would be publicly available for sure. That makes sense. But if you look at the ones that LinkedIn gives as a correspondence, then that should give you a hint if you're able to now do the math and go to like their company page and see like what they have in, annual value. And then you're able to do a percentage and know, okay, this is what they would be investing into advertising based on the percentages. You can really look at it that way because you don't have to really know. But if you give yourself ranges or estimates, then you're able to know, okay, it makes sense. If they're putting 1% of a million into marketing, then that's going to go across 12 months. So what does that look like if they're running ads on a daily basis? So it's like you don't really know the answer because it can always be variable, but at least you can understand where to scale from, which makes it easier for you to now know what kind of companies are dealing with too. That was a dope.
I gotta still do math.
Well,
Well, I mean, you gotta know your numbers and everything. So it's important to look at it that way. Whether it's analytics, whether it's conversions, whether it's traffic, whether it's data, it's good to look at all those things too. Fredo, what about you?
yeah, I mean, my boy, he's more into it. I remember he was kind of telling me like he uses the ad library. It deals with like Facebook, Instagram, like Messenger, Meta apps, stuff like that. I know he uses it to like spy on competitors' marketing. Like he look like see what products different people are selling, ideas, whether it's a good idea or not, like brand transparency. He was like, that's kind of like what he uses it for in regards to that. I know with LinkedIn, that was like more the business side, recruiting side, SaaS, like business to business marketing, stuff like that. I know that it pretty much you kind of use it to like see how companies market to professionals. You know what I mean? Like recruiting campaigns, like you could study those. Uh, of course, business to business sales. Like do research on corporate, their brand, stuff like that. So that's kind of like in my like Facebook ads is consumer focused. LinkedIn ad is business focused. That's kind of like my understanding from what my boy does. Me personally, I don't use it, so I'm more a student more so than a practitioner.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that feedback, Fredo. Because I love how you mentioned, about the brand and how that also plays into how they advertise. Because branding wise, if you now use, SEO tools, whether it's Ahrefs, Mars, Ubersuggest, SEMrush, and you're looking at companies or domains and you're getting to see how much they have organic and paid, then you can see that as an estimate and then bring that to LinkedIn. Because sometimes if they're running ads on Google, more likely than not, they'll be running ads on LinkedIn at least somewhere within a campaign. So I would actually want us to even try this out, guys. Let's role play. Rocky or Fredo, anyone in the chat, you can put in the chat too. Give me name a company that you want us to look at real quick.
Let's do Nvidia.
Hmm, that's a good one. Okay, so let's do Nvidia. Let's see. Do you want me to do LinkedIn or Facebook first?
More LinkedIn. That's where you will probably find more of the people that's tapped into Nvidia.
Okay, so I wanted to. Okay, so I've opened both. So, oof. Okay, I'm seeing a lot. Okay, so let's see. So right now for Nvidia on LinkedIn, they're about 2744. So that's 2,744 ads between those.
That's crazy. So that means LinkedIn is an open market.
Because people don't post on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is where business happens, and a lot of people utilize it for business, but a lot of people don't post either. So the people who are doing the work are going behind the scenes or making sure that they're using these resources to understand what's going on in the market. You can also understand how much and what budgets and allocations and percentages companies are putting to maximize on visibility when it comes to branding, especially now with AI, knowing that LinkedIn is one of the top resources for AI visibility and citation. Why not use LinkedIn as opposed to being on Facebook, where Facebook still has a large population, but it changes everything when you now look at the long-term scale of that. So it's very interesting to see the difference as well. Rocky, what do you think? And then also give us a company we can check too.
King Kong Marketing.
King Kong Marketing. Let's see. So company wise, I typed in with marketing. I didn't see. Okay, so I see King Kong, but I don't think that's the same one. Let me see.
He has a lot of Facebook ads. Well, he used to anyway.
Yeah, I think I know the guy you're talking about. Now you got me thinking about it. I'm going to actually get the name. Now we're talking about. I'm like, yeah, I remember. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Sell like crazy. That's it. Yeah, sell like crazy. Yeah. So what I'm seeing on LinkedIn is red, and I know his company is green. So that's not the one. So let me see with King Kong. Yeah, I see it on Facebook. Yeah, on Facebook. Let's see how many ads it's loading. This is crazy. 65. So they're running 65 ads, and their ads have been running since August 2024 that are still running in 2026, that are still active. So that's on Facebook, but on LinkedIn, it's not there. It's not the same. So that means he's using, or they're using, Facebook or Meta. What do you think about that, Rocky, when you look at the comparison between the two?
I was gonna say to Fredo's point, I think Facebook ads are to B2C and for small businesses. Whereas LinkedIn is for big businesses and big markets, and he makes money based on I'm not gonna say preying on, but for those looking to expand and grow and all those other kind of stuff. So I think his target audience is on Facebook versus LinkedIn because a lot of his items are low ticket items.
What are these?
And he has a funnel that he goes through.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely see that for sure. Huh. That changes everything, because if you don't see it on LinkedIn and you see it on Meta, then you also know where that's coming from too. Welcome, Pamela. Welcome, Yogi, Alina, and Paula. Welcome to the room. So this is the big difference between these two. So imagine you can now see what ads are running and how they're running the ads. You can see the video. You can see the way the copy is, how it starts. It's definitely not going to tell you the analytics, but it will stack it up in a way that will show you what has been active and what platforms it's running on and what's going on. And you can also see the summary details too. So that way you're able to know, okay, if that is it, you can also click through to the actual link and it will take you directly to where the ad is actually being I would say the destination link for that actual website. So when you see that, you're like, okay, if that's a landing page, what does that mean for my conversions? If that is something you've been running for the last 2 years, 1 month, then it should say a lot in why you keep that ad running because it's working. And then there's even an ad on his account I'm seeing that says it has less than 100 impressions and it says low impressions count. So it gives even the platforms that are not doing well. Yeah, I'm seeing another one too. A couple of them I'm now getting to see that are active that shows that have low impression count. So the ones that don't have those tags means that they're doing well. And that's a way you can also tell what's going on in the market and what they can prioritize, but they will not know that or they won't see that. Or they may see that, but they don't know what's really going on, or they may just, set it and forget it. So this is literally happening in real time. So I'm glad that we're, looking at it that way. So yeah, I don't know what your thoughts are, Rocky and Fredo, when you look at it that way, when you just see like low impressions and high impressions.
To me,
I
it's
think that's start because that's what I was asking in the beginning. Because if it has high impressions, then that means the ad may be working. Now, what I can't see is his dollar amount and what what he's making from it. But you're right. If he's running them since 2024, then it must be working. Unless he forgot about it. Because I ain't gonna lie, Facebook's ads platform is horrible.
yeah, and to me, I view it. The strategy is like another version of using SEMrush. SEMrush allows you to see into your competitors, and this is like the cheat code because a person like myself, I'm like, oh, let me just mimic their ads and let me just mimic their landing page to the best of my ability to get it as close as possible. Same color scheme, same this, that, and the third, just very similar but different copy. Of course, you don't want to just go word for word, but literally just have ChatGPT take his copy and reword it, but close enough that it's not the same. So it's the cheat code. It's the 100% cheat code to success. Where as long as you now the difference is he does have a specific product. So unless you buy his book and reword the whole book and rename it and put it out there, that's different. That's it's a different level of plagiarism, but it definitely is a great strategy if you have, like, let's say he's doing an affiliate product and you literally have an affiliate product, or he's doing his product, but you take an affiliate product that has that does the same thing his product does, which is like a self-help book for businesses. So you could literally find a product like that on any of these affiliate sites, get the affiliate link, and then add it to your website. Boom, forget about it. Now you're getting tons of ads. And then with Facebook ads, it's very difficult to get a working ad, to get the perfect wording on it without Facebook saying, oh, you got too much words on it, oh, you can't use this image. So if he already got it right for over 2 years, just snatch it up. Thank you very much. And I know Facebook is going to give me the passing score, and I'm going to I might not make all the money, but if I can get 10% of whatever business that person was getting, that's a win.
But I'll say as well, you can't tell unless you can favor. You can let me know. The thing about that too is you can't tell if he is targeting a cold audience, a warm audience. You get what I'm saying? So there's no way of you knowing if he's retargeting his own people or not, because does it show that on the back end?
No, it wouldn't show you on the back end the targeting specifically, but it would tell you which one is showing low impressions. So that means on their end, it may look like ad fatigue, and not every account would have that. So if it does, then it means that it's probably being ignored or it hasn't been checked in a while based on maybe other things that are more of a priority at that time. So that's possible, but you won't be able to see like all the information just because it's also proprietary information for security purposes. This is more so just public display because it's already within their own network.
And I think that's it too, because I do the same thing, Fredo. I would absolutely copy it, but I think you still would have to test on your own to see if it's successful or not.
Yeah, 100%. You know, even as you said, Fredo, when you mentioned SEMrush, I said, let me check SEMrush too and see what they're showing. And do you want to guess how many ads they're running on LinkedIn compared to Facebook or Meta?
Wait, who's running? The guy you actually to look up? Oh, no, I don't have no idea.
If you take a wild guess, compare how many ads LinkedIn and how many ads Meta.
Shit. I'm thinking 500 for Meta now because that's much.
People are not posting as much, but people are running ads too. So that's where it really switches up. They may be posting, but it's good to post organically, which is really good. Really, really good to post organically. Like if you're getting on average at least 1 or 2 likes per post, that's a good thing. And then when it starts to get to 10 to 20, it starts to improve. So it's a very good way of building. And if your LinkedIn is going up every week, then it should also show in your number of connections. You know, every week you should have a new number. It shouldn't be the same number every week, because if it's the same number every week, that means it didn't grow organically. But when you run ads on LinkedIn, it focuses directly on the ad itself and not the account holder, the primary holder, I can say the personal profile. It's focusing on the actual link because you're running it as an ad campaign.
Got you, got you. You know, this is off subject real quick. I was just to put it out there because it popped up to my mind. I've been running TikTok ads lately, and I've been getting 1 cent per click for international countries. To just give you the heads up.
Yeah, that thing is beast. I remember when I did something on Facebook and it was that $1 campaign and I was getting clicks at 0.01 cents, and that was a cost per click. It went between that and like 0.13. And I was looking at that happening in Luxembourg. That was where I was specifically targeting. And why? Because I was also getting feedback on my end that, oh, this is a country that a lot of people are checking in for my content. So I was like, okay, why not connect with them? And you can test it with different platforms. So what I've realized is, like, when you get that organic feedback and it starts to tell you that this city, state, country starts to check your website, and then you turn ads on, especially in those countries, it helps. And this is what some people do, by the way. I don't know, this is the first or second time I'm probably saying this. I don't say it's a lot. I think I said it before, but it was really at a whim. And we're in a, cool room like this, so it's cool. I can't even let you guys know this. And I'd love to hear your thoughts about this, Rocky and Fred, or anyone in the chat too. Usually when you see ads, let's say ads that are on Facebook and or Instagram, and they have like millions of likes or shares, right? They would run it to other countries and it will beef up. It will go up really high, and then they switch the country and keep the creative, and it will keep the same score. But now you're seeing it in a new audience where you can actually see the same big number, but you won't be able to calculate how many people have liked it, but you can see the tally. And that's when you're able to use that as a way to now really drill into your audience and your marketing to get more responses as well. So, Fred, have you thought about that too?
Oh man, let me tell you something. I do not release a TikTok video unless I also promote it immediately, straight up. Because even if I just put a 1-day $8 promotion on it, it'll give me enough boost, like 2,000 views or whatever the case may be, to allow people to see, oh, this is popular. Oh, he's popular. Let me see what's up. So it's a cheat code. So yeah, maybe business people may know the secret, but the everyday user doesn't. So to them, oh, this is popular, and they do what we call the Jones effect, where, oh, if it's cool for my neighbor, it's cool for me. So ultimately, that's the cheat code. You're 100% that strategy. I use it all the time. I live by it.
That's dope. Appreciate you. Hey, Guy, Reggie, Bridget, thanks for being here. Nick Tiao. We talked about SEMrush, and I wanted to give you the numbers. So, LinkedIn has about 3,217 ads, and SEMrush is 27 on Facebook or Meta. So Meta ads is 27 results, and LinkedIn ads is 3217 results, 3,217 results. So that means SEMrush is spending more money and more time on SEMrush within the company profile on LinkedIn compared to the company profile on Meta. So that says a lot about the difference between the two. Hey, Dr. Fashion.
And it kind of solidifies what the I forgot the young lady that was just on stage said, but the bigger the company, the more likely they are to use ads on LinkedIn compared to Facebook, because Facebook is more of a small business realm than where LinkedIn, it seems to be where the big honchos hang out and run their ads.
Exactly. Right. When you look at the difference in the two, you know that when somebody's running ads on LinkedIn, they mean business. Doesn't mean that they don't mean business when they run on Meta, but it's more of a B2C because LinkedIn is more B2B. So when you have that business to business approach compared to a business to consumer approach, the thoughts and the conversations are different. Speaking of LinkedIn, just to give you all some news that just came in for those who are probably hearing this for the first time. If you're on LinkedIn and you have a LinkedIn premium specific business account, what is happening now is that LinkedIn has just opened up to allowing users to get paid directly on LinkedIn, and they're calling it advice sessions. So you can be able to offer, paid calls, and you can accept payments on LinkedIn, and I believe it's through Stripe. And your LinkedIn profile is no longer just going to be a CV. It's going to be a place where people can actually book with you. And when they book with you on your page, it's going to say, get advice from me. There's going to be a button that's going to be shown there. So it's going to get to a point where on LinkedIn, imagine you're running ads and people are finding your profile. They find your company. They want to work with you. You have results. You have case studies. You have evidence. You have information, and you're running ads. You're definitely going to be winning every time, especially if you have your LinkedIn connected to your website. That's usually what a lot of businesses miss, because you can still be running ads on LinkedIn, but your website may not have your LinkedIn tags. And that has happened, and I see that a lot. So those are things to check, to fix, to look into, so that when you're also running them, you're able to know, okay, these are the things that need to be focused on. So, of course, different results can come from different places, whether it's through branding, but the word SEMrush is where you can see that number of ads match, because that's the number of people that are connecting. So look into these two things. It's a big difference, especially when I think about what companies are doing and where they're going and what their accuracy right now of business is all about. I even typed in right now SEO, for example. Just look at the difference, y'all. Wow. So SEMrush had 3,217 ads, right? As far as the word SEMrush inside the copy. Now, when I did SEO, it has about 75,555 ads match your search criteria. That's a lot more. Super way up there. So that means there are a lot of people who are running ads about SEO, and they're putting that in their copy to run ads on LinkedIn. And if you are able to use LinkedIn to now write content for Google, then when you run ads on LinkedIn, you'll be spending less. It will cost you less when you now actually use that for reports and building portfolio and demand or online. So just think about the difference between those two. What do you think about that, Fredo? Welcome back, Rocky.
Well, the biggest thing that I took from everything you said was that LinkedIn just put themselves back on the map with that, consultant fee, part they just added on, because the Owl company does that, but the Owl company is not really, people like it, but it's not really taking off the way it could have. And I guess maybe it's the promotion, maybe they didn't, buy enough banners and don't, whatever it was, but it didn't really take off. So for LinkedIn to add that piece, because people were kind of falling back from LinkedIn, believe it or not, it was just kind of becoming like, all right, I'm not generating a certain amount of business. Like, yeah, Gary Vee and those guys, yeah, they're doing great on LinkedIn because they're treating it like every other social media site and constantly posting. So that's working. However, most people aren't really, doing their thing. So to have that feature for a person that's constantly posting, how good they are and what they've accomplished. So when you see an ad running for that person, and like you said, they click the profile of the person and actually see who the specialist is running that ad, and then they say, oh, okay, I can hire this person, I like their stuff. That's a cheat code right there. So the ad, it has two factors. One, whatever it is that you're promoting, whether that be your service already, and two, if you're promoting a certain product and then they click on you, you could also sell a service by default. So that is a high level add-on that LinkedIn did. So that's my perspective.
Yeah, it definitely changes the game completely. And if this thing is going to roll out and people have it, then people are going to use premium and also use it correctly. I remember when Owl came out and I talked about it with the person, I believe his name is Jason. I think that's the name. And shout out to him too. Great app, great platform, great connections, great ways to build. And even the style of how it was or is really remarkable, how you're able to kind of use it like back in the day when you have to like prepay, you have to load up the phone and then call somebody, but that person that you call gets that token. And it's a good way of exchange because your 10 minutes would cost you $10 or whatever you're going to put into it. So now doing this with LinkedIn is even different because now you're using LinkedIn to be more professional and you're building it on a top level where people actually get to work with you or get to see you better. So not just using it for the sake of creating content, you also want to use it in a way to actually add more value over time too. So yeah, Rocky, earlier before you jump back in, I was mentioning that LinkedIn now has created a new feature which is rolling out to premium business users where you can actually get directly paid on LinkedIn because you can connect your Stripes and actually get paid calls because you can set them up and put calendars on your profile.
So what, people can book directly through LinkedIn?
Yeah, to you from your page.
That's cool. Have you talked about ad spend and the cost of using LinkedIn? Because I just checked and I would not, unless I was converting. LinkedIn is $5 per click, depending on what you ran. But that's the most expensive ad platform out of all of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely tough. Really, really clear because it's true. When you think about the cost on LinkedIn compared to the other platforms, it makes sense. So when you think about these companies running these ads and these numbers, you can only imagine what is really going on and what is that saying, especially for their content and for their flow. So the goal is to really look at your content and say, okay, what are we really going to do? Are we going to spend time on LinkedIn or are we going to spend time on Facebook? I would spend more time on LinkedIn organically before I post or run any type of ad, so that when I ever run ads, I'm not spending my money to get the same attention I would get organically.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, hearing that, appreciate that, Rocky. That was an eye opener. Because from the 1 cent cost per click that I'm getting from TikTok, I'm just like, no, that's night and day. But ultimately, what I also realize is depends on the service cost. That's a whole different ball game as well. Because if you have a product that is up there in price and you have some money towards marketing, you got like $150,000 marketing budget, or whatever the marketing budget, you can put up 10,000 a month if your product costs 10,000 for one client, and then it has a lifetime of maybe 150,000 to $1 million for the client, according to what you've gauged. So it could help, especially if it's a higher ticket product, and then being there and people kind of gauging and knowing what Rocky just knew, the $5 per click situation, because you also have your opposition that's going to be just clicking away try to make you suck up your money as well. That's just a old school trick a lot of these people use. So definitely that's something major. However, if you have a higher ticket item or service, then I would definitely possibly say, okay, yeah, let's do it. Like SEMrush, they got the money to burn. However, they know the lifetime of a client, what it cost them, so it works out.
Definitely. You got me thinking about this, and I said, you know what, I'm going to give y'all the comparison between the two. So with LinkedIn, if you run ads on LinkedIn, it's typically between $2 to $6 and averages about $5.39. And you get your cost per impression, your CPM per thousand impressions within $5 to $20 per thousand impressions. And you have a minimum budget of $100 $10 daily or $100 lifetime per campaign. And that could be up and down. So the lower the cost it is, the lower the threshold. So you'd be actually having a higher bargain because you're kind of hitting a threshold where others are already hitting it at a closer range. So compare that to Facebook ads, which cost between 50 cents or at the lower 30 cents to $4. So if the peak for Facebook is $4 and the peak for LinkedIn is $6, that's about $2 difference, which is big, which is a lot. And when you look at the cost per thousand impressions on Facebook, it's about $3 to $20 compared to LinkedIn, which is about $5 to $20. So if you're looking at the threshold, you're seeing that Facebook has a higher ceiling to reach, which costs you less, but in the future costs you more compared to LinkedIn, where you now have it at a closer range. And if you have a sales cycle that is between 30 to 90 days, you don't have to use all 365 days on the calendar to run the same ad. So it depends on what your business is known for and what it does. Like I know, especially with businesses in the first quarter, they would be running ads on reports, like 2025 reports, 2026 predictions. Those are the things that allow the people to say, okay, let's talk about these things, because they're basing it off of information and data that they've accumulated over time. So these are the things that you can use it for, and not just for running ads. Like you said, Rocky, you don't want to just run ads on LinkedIn because you want to get brand awareness. No, brand awareness will come organically without you running ads, but running ads would be a waste if you've not built the foundation first.
True story. On top of that, I think to myself that it's so crucial for brand awareness. And in the beginning, especially in the beginning, it's like, okay, where can I get as many eyeballs? Because what I've stopped doing is I've stopped saying to myself, okay, this is a brand new business and I want to make money from day one. I stopped saying that because, at the end of the day, I've said that multiple times to myself, and I've realized you don't control the person taking out their wallet. You don't control it. You have no control over that. You control what you put out there. You control your message, but you don't control the perception of the message and the buyer's intent. You don't control that. So what I've learned now is let me get my product in front of as many people that have buying intent as possible. So LinkedIn may not be the first place I go to. First place might be Google Ads. Depends on the service I'm offering. It might be TikTok, because it all depends on, it really depends on the product or service, but I'll go to where the people actively are that look for my product or service. So if it's 35 plus, I'm going to YouTube. I'm going to, even though TikTok now has that 35 plus demographic too, because a lot of people, older people, are utilizing TikTok now, so it's not as many younger people consolidating the app anymore. So ultimately, TikTok definitely is a valuable resource, depends on your product, but I wouldn't necessarily use LinkedIn to start off with at those price points. However, you did say something about $100 cap. I guess having more understanding of that, if you're not passing $100, that's probably not too bad, but I'm not too sure of the details of the $100, because I know you said 539 is the average, but that's 1,000 impressions, so that's 1,000 eyeballs for 539 or per click, right? Am I correct?
Right. So if you have those 1,000 impressions and you're getting that at that cost at 539, then that means if, let's say, all of them click through and it's going to cost you about $2 or $3 for that, then you also want to now calculate how much are you also losing, because what you're gaining is great, but what you could be losing is definitely going to be more. Like, you can have 80% new visitors and 20% returning visitors. So it's what you do with what you don't have. Like, even with YouTube, you may be getting 1,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers, but you have 30,000 YouTubers who are using your account or getting to binge on your channel but are not subscribed to you. So it's always looking at those variables too and seeing exactly where those things also match out, for you in long term. So when I even look at Google, it's about $2 to $5.25, which is even less than LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is capping at $6 per click. And if the average for Google is about $5.25, then it's different, because on Google you want to spend at least $30 a day. On LinkedIn you want to spend at least $10 a day. So imagine in 3 days what you spent on LinkedIn is what you spent in 1 day on Google. And then if you multiply that times 3 days, you have $90. But if you have something that is going to cost them $100 to fix or $150, then what are you going to spend on the 3 days to wait for one person, or spend more? So when you now look at the cost, you're able to put that back faster and you're able to get out of the learning cycle faster too.
Yeah, that's a see, the thing with me being the Google guy for like so many years, it was, what I've realized is the way because you can structure your Google copy for buyer's intent, right? So you can structure, buy now, sell ends today, and things of that nature, and it'll give people that buyer's intent. You know what I mean? Sell in soon and things of that nature. So when it comes to the call to action, getting that click is pretty good for people that are actively seeking, and especially if you set it up in expert mode. But people that are actively seeking your product or service, Google got that. And depends on where in the world or what you're promoting, you can get a lot out of Google, especially, and then your landing page. If your landing page pretty much matches whatever you're selling, that's the cheat code. Be honest. So if you say, hey, you're going to get this red shirt, and then they land on your homepage and it's not an immediate red shirt, you've just lost an immediate sale. So I've learned to use that, send them to whatever it is that the ad is saying, and it's more likely you might get them to either stay longer or have a buyer's intent. So when it comes to LinkedIn, I would have to look up what are the sales of what people utilize. You know what I mean? Like, because we know Google ads, they getting sales. We know Facebook ads, people are getting sales. We know that. That's regular common knowledge. What about what about LinkedIn? Is that the same situation? So that's the question. The next question I would have.
Yeah, and even Daniel in the chat said too, LinkedIn can be helpful but overrated sometimes. Overall, your product, ad scripts, advertisement, and content can help drive that conversion faster and more efficiently, which is true because on LinkedIn, it really depends on even how your product is or your company. Because think about it, let's say you're running ads and you don't post on your company profile, or you don't have any activity, or you don't have any information that will lead somebody from your company profile, and it's just there because you have it active, then somebody will not be able to trust that because it's dormant. But if you've been posting there and you've been showing up and consistently posting, and you run ads and somebody actually checks your company and they actually see what you're actively doing, they'll be more interested because it feels like, okay, this person posted 3 days ago. I came back a week later, I saw the ad again, and I saw something that they posted last night. It becomes like, okay, what are these guys doing? So it's not that you're trying to convert because there's a machine or there's a magic spell to do that. It's because you're consistently showing up and the interest for them gets stronger, because now they're more intentionally focused on getting to a result than just scrolling over. Because when somebody sticks to a decision and makes a decision, they want to see that decision through. So it definitely changes everything when you look at it from that perspective. But yes, Google is big on that conversion. When you look at LinkedIn, majorly what you'd be seeing are people going to your website to fill a form, to request for a proposal, to fill in the information for an event. Those are the major things that you would see. And that to me is better than any click or save online, because I know that if somebody has left their contact with me and that's their best contact, whether it's a phone number or an email, then I know that I can use that as well to retarget it at a lower cost if I want to double down and also scale up 2x, 10x based on how I'm able to even interact with the people I connected with within 1x. So it definitely changes. So I believe with LinkedIn, it's more so of contacts, forms, proposals, requests, than it is just sales, because the sales come after those conversations. Because with business, you have to set up calls, you have to set up appointments, you have to set up meetings, you have to set up schedules. So those things are very intentional and they take time. And also businesses also have different sales cycles. It may take 30 days to implement. It might take 15 days. It might take 90 days. You might talk about it today and it has to go to the board of directors. So you don't know those things and you can't control that. So it's basically how do you sequence that in based on customization than just generalization. That's what I would definitely say too. What are your thoughts, Rocky?
There's a trend favor. I don't know if you noticed. I love when you mentioned about the brand thing. So there's a trend on Facebook ads where you go back to their business page, and because they're not active on their business page, they're active on their professional accounts. When you go back to their business pages, they have nothing, no followers, no information. Like you could tell they literally just used that business page to create the ad. And the only way you would convert, because I almost clicked on this lady's page and I actually bought because of her social proof. She was selling the threads. I mean, and you'll see it. I think she has it going around. I'm pretty sure if you're on threads, you'll see it. She's selling some kind of a threads package to help you grow on threads. But then when you go back to her account, she's like nobody. It's just like an empty Facebook page. Have you seen that lately?
No, I have not seen that. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. On Threads,
It's a lot.
nah.
Well,
Threads
the
is
because
so
ads, the
wow.
ads show on Instagram, Facebook, and Threads. So it's a reminder to businesses that hey, like you have to have a presence on all of those. You know, because you might be banging on Threads, but you're running an ad on Facebook business page, and so immediately I'm going back.
Definitely. Oh yeah, 100%. That's a big rookie mistake too. When you're running ads on all platforms, but you're not active on all, it's just better to be active on one and run it on that one. And if they ever go to the other one, fine. But you should be giving them information that they should know, okay, this is it, or not even have them to deal with, or even have them at all. If you're not using them anymore, some people have X accounts they're not using. Some people have Pinterest accounts they're not using. They're good, they're great platforms, but people are not using them. They're just there. They're just dormant. So when they go to those platforms and they see, oh, you're not active here, they'll be like, okay, so what happened? You don't have time to explain that to everybody. That's a lot of explaining to do. So just to save yourself time and energy and money, to run ads to tell people about things that you can avoid, you know, publicizing, then using these platforms will be really good to now maximize on your creativity and brand loyalty as well. So yeah, Rocky, you're definitely right when you're looking at that and comparing the two, or even three, because it's Facebook, Instagram, actually four, Threads, and WhatsApp.
And one thing so as I listen to you speak, I've come to the realization that places like Facebook, Google is more for direct sales. Places like LinkedIn is for leads. It's to build a business relationship, so to speak, and just to have that first layer. Because, like you said, when it comes to these big business deals, people don't just make it in the spur of the moment. It's like major meetings happening and things of that nature. So it's just the first line of contact. So I realize the difference now as you break it down.
Yeah, it changes everything because that way you're able to know how enterprise businesses work, large businesses, mid-sized businesses. How does that even change? What changes within those cycles? What are the ways people are paid? You know, how is payroll? You may be working with a client or a company and their payroll is the last week of the month and you started with them on the first week of the month. So how are you able to factor that into your schedule so that it doesn't clash? So there's so many things and so many moving parts for you to look at long term and say, okay, how is it supposed to even work? Is this supposed to be done in this way? How do you even treat it? So when you test all these things out, it changes. Like for me, one thing I've done also with the meetings, like if you book a call with me, if you click the link above and you book a call with me, you'll see it there too. And it's made life so much easier and it's made communication even so much more concise so that we don't have to go back and forth on the same thing. And it wasn't a thing, but I felt like adding that would just be a layer, just adding a ribbon on top of it to just make it better, putting a bow on it. And what I made sure and I put there was to know as well in the process of getting to know when you want to invest or work or implement or do consulting. One of the things I get to ask on the questionnaire is, what is your payment schedule like? Is it the first week of the month, the second week of the month, the third week of the month, or the fourth week of the month? When you know those things too, it's easier for you to have those conversations to know exactly what that looks like if you're running ads or if you're getting consultations or if you're getting workshops or if you're booking for events or people have to make deposits for trips, whatever it is, because there's so many types of businesses and operations. So it's not a one size fits all. But these are the things that you can do to equally get those things through. And when you're doing them consistently, then people will get to see the consistency in what you're delivering based on how you're able to structure it and give them that reassurance that, hey, this is what we're doing, this is what we're working on. You get to see this consistently and you get to know about it. When you hear about events or conferences, it's because you see them on ads everywhere. It's not that you're looking for them, it just keeps happening. Like Chris Brown and Usher, they have their tour, right? You may not know about it or know about it, but it's happening. World Cup is next month. You may not know about it. You may know about it, but it's happening. So a lot of things are happening. And when you're seeing ads running everywhere and you look at your audience and look at where you want to maximize and ask yourself, where do you want to create content flow? What can you do now that you can actually build community and that allows people to also connect back with you? So these are things to look out for. And majorly, when you look at the Facebook ads library and the LinkedIn ads library, what I want people to get, what I want you to get out of this conversation is not just which companies are running and what's happening and the numbers, because all that is good information, but that's not going to do anything for your business. What is going to actually move the needle for your business is by looking at the creatives, looking at the copy, and majorly looking at the destination links. And within those links, look at the URL. Look at the uniform resource locator and see where they're sending them to. Those pages will match because that also goes back to organic, because those are the same pages that they've connected to their search console, to their Google Analytics, because they can still see those pages when they're running paid campaigns and organic campaigns. So it's the same thing. You have to just look at it from that level, from a 30,000 foot level, and then you're able to now base it down to that scale. So that's what I would also say when you're now looking at it from those angles. What are your thoughts, Rocky or Fredo?
No, I mean, ultimately, I'm I'm pretty much today. I'm just is a learning day. But I had a random question for you. When you're doing SEO for a client, and because you definitely have to change things on their website in order to, have them, at the most efficient position. What do you do if you don't know about their website builder, or you're not proficient in their whatever website builder they used? How do you help the client then?
So you're asking, let me get this right. So you're asking like if I don't know what they build their website on, or if I don't know what they use to create their website, how will I be able to help
That's
them?
correct. Correct.
I'm able to tell what platforms they're using, whether they've connected their website to the search console, whether they have active pages, duplicate pages, broken pages. I can tell all that. And I can do that in 5 minutes and share. So there's no website that I've not audited that I can't know what platform you used. So there are ways you can be able to understand and break that down. And I scale that. So there's never been a time when there's a client that we've worked with, or a business that we've talked to, that I've not been able to address and tell them this is it. They'll tell me what platforms they use. But even before they tell me, I would have told them that your platform is here and this is what's going on. And they'll agree with me because that's what's actually happening. If I say your website is on WordPress and you built it with Divi, and someone has said, no, we built with Elementor, then who's telling the truth? When we can clearly see the tool is showing that because it's a setup within a software. So that's how I'm able to do it. So to your question, I've not had that issue or problem where I would not know what to tell a client or a prospect or a business about their website, because I can clearly see what they've built it on, and I can address what's going on behind the scenes to address what to fix when we now get to start working.
Amazing. Appreciate that. Now, I mean, yo, you got the sauce. You got the sauce. No, that's definitely dynamic. I'm definitely learning new ways to focus. Now, you say AI SEO marketing, just to like, I got my own, understanding of how I utilize AI for SEO. But when you tell a client AI SEO marketing, what is that in a nutshell?
In a nutshell, this means you're bridging two different worlds together, but it's coming from the same source. AI is all artificial intelligence when it comes to data representation, domain reputation, when it comes to compliance, what's going on with the ethical standards, and how you're able to create content that will actually be qualified as proven information that can actually validate you as an authority. And then the SEO is now the fundamentals that now cover the different things that we discuss and implement on your website or any brand or portfolio, whether it's social media or search bot or a website. We're able to decipher those things and show you exactly what's wrong with it and how to fix it and to get those going. So when you see AI SEO marketing, is to bring all the digital infrastructure of your own proprietary information to the world by your ability to understand what is under the hood, what is missing, what needs to be fixed, and what you need to actually drive those conversions over time. So you're not guessing over time, you're actually looking at the numbers and you're forecasting with actual predictions.
Understood. I think Adam wants to come up, if you could check that out. But okay, cool. So do you create websites as well, custom websites as well, or do you focus on their website?
Both. If they don't have a website, we'll build it for them. If they need a website updated, we'll audit the website and scale it. We've also renovated the website, and if the website is there, then that's what we're going to do with the website. We're going to make sure that wait, Adam said I was going to troll, but you sound like some smart Adam, dang, shout out to you, man. Thank you for being real with that. That was a real one right there. Dang, I was not expecting that one. I'm glad. Yeah, this house, by the way, is we just hit 354,000 members, by the way. So we're 354K and 2. and two members. So 354,002. That's the number. So I'm glad that y'all are here listening. We talk about this consistently. No fluff, no bluff. We don't have time to. The last thing I want to do is waste your time on an app. So I want to make sure your time is well spent and well treated with respect so that you can also be able to get time out of these things and actually get work done that you actually need to. So appreciate you all for being here, and as well join the house as well. If you want more information like this, click the link above and you'll get emails that I can share with you privately so you can also be able to get that going. Bridget, thanks for being here. Good to hear from you. It's been a while. We'd love to hear questions, your thoughts, what's going on in your world.
Hey, Favor. It's good to be here with you. Thank you. I have a question for you. So, we know that AI can build websites. Okay. Is it a good idea to use AI to build your website? What are the pros and the cons?
Ooh, Bridget, this question is loaded. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the real deal. I'm not gonna fluff it. I'm gonna say it as it is. And I'm talking about current day, current year, current present time. When a website is built, like with Lovable or any other type of developing website that's AI related, that's AI based, any AI website that is built by AI with AI is encoded or encrypted in the form of vibe coding. Vibe coding is a different way from the way traditional websites like WordPress and Wix and Squarespace have different types of coding, because we're dealing with JavaScript, we're dealing with Python, we're dealing with, code language that is completely different from vibe coding. So if you were to use AI to build your website, then what's happening is that you can't control, modify, or alter anything that you have been given. And there are platforms that allow you to do that. For example, like with Wix Harmony, you can use AI to build your website and you can still make edits. Great. But when you now use websites that are fully 100% dependable on AI only, then you're literally at the mercy of vibe coding, which is not a way to attribute to any type of conversion in today's time. In the future, this could change because AI is getting more and more advanced. But if you're going to be competing with the Wikipedias, you're going to be competing with the Forbes, with the Yahoos, with the Microsofts, you have to be having that structure. And most people are going to shortcut it because they feel like, okay, I can just do it this way and I'm good. I just have a link and I'm straight. But when I look at the infrastructure, when I look under the hood, it's not scalable. And I wouldn't want to lie to you because I would be like, oh yeah, you're saving money, but you're also wasting time. Because if you spend the same time to build it with the investment, then over time, within the next 24 months, plus you're able to still yield more in compound interest because you build a foundation that even if there's going to be anything AI related, your website is also able to translate that. And how I can even tell is if you have an AI website, there's a platform called Is It Site. Let me actually get it for you so that I can put it in the chat. There we go. Is it agent ready? Right. I was thinking about the site. Is it agentready.com? I've talked about this before. There's a website called isitagentready.com. And that website is where you can actually get to see if your website is AI ready. And if you I'll put the link in the chat. So if your link is there, you get to see your score for free. So these are the things I'm mentioning so that when you check it out and you see it, it makes sense, so that when we build it, it's not a shortcut. It's something that you can actually scale and you can own. And more importantly, you can actually modify because your business is going to change. And if you can modify those things because you're restricted by sources or coding that's still early stage, it's going to be hard for you to scale that out. So I wanted to make that comment. What are your thoughts on that, Bridget? Great
That's
question.
really good. So when we see that Clark can build you a website and a app and all this other stuff, basically it's a placeholder. It's not really, it's functional, but not really functional, correct?
Correct. Yeah, go ahead.
Now, Miss Bridget, I have a different perspective of the matter, right? Now, if everyone goes right now to this video game that I have on my bio, wordsearch.life, right? I'm gonna type it because I want to show you guys something. Wordsearch.life. Oh, wait. It's not hyperlink. 1 second. Sorry about that. And this is going to be very, very crucial because there we go, right? So this is a word search multiplayer video game with it pretty much you could download it. It could be played on any device, anywhere, Android, iPhone, tablet, PC. It was multiplayer, up to 6 people can play at the same time, all of that, right? And this has all been built with an AI website builder. And there's something I gotta say. There's vibe coding, but then when you put in your 10,000 hours, it's no longer vibe coding. You can create miraculous works of arts like this. I already have over 5,000 visitors. I created it within, I think, like 5 days ago. I already have over 5,000 visitors worldwide. Granted, I am doing TikTok ads, and I get 1 cent per click, and I can show you the evidence. I get 1 cent per click, right? If you go to Fredo Knows Best NYC on TikTok, you'll see it. So this is just a different perspective because I'm on crack with this. I dive into this all day, every day. And so this is a different perspective of what an AI builder can do. So yes, some things, it might be a placeholder, but for me, it's full throttle operational across all platforms. So that's just my take on it.
Okay, let me ask you something. So right now, is it a free game, or are you planning on doing like a pro charge, like a subscription? How is it set up right now?
Okay, so I'm an SEO guy as well, right? Like our brother Favor, right? But Favor, he's on another level in regards to his tools that he uses to get people's websites and stuff like that. So I wasn't able to articulate myself the way Favor can and do what he can, right? So I said, how can I do it in my lane? Because I'm making these cold calls, I'm not getting clients, right? And what I'm noticing is everyone is tired of the ads. They're tired of the subscriptions. They're tired of it, right? So this is what I did. Let me give you a quick breakdown. I set it up for free, but I have donation buttons, right? Periodically, it says support, where people can give me a PayPal or a Cash App donation, right? I have that set up. I also have an area for teachers, right? So when you go to the menu section, you see something called teachers, where I have PDF downloads of different puzzles, and every day a new batch of 12 puzzles come for the kids, and it's a specific area for just kids puzzles. So it's nothing that we get. So it's specifically just for kids PDF, and the kids have puzzles, all those puzzles they can play, and they also have a multiplayer situation for themselves as well, where they can play up to 6 players at the same time, right? So I have that. So that's free. But if the teachers want a custom puzzle, I'm going to charge them $497 for the year, right? Now, custom puzzle just for their class, all that good stuff. If a business wants a custom puzzle, I'm charging $1,497 for the year. So if you go to where it says in the menu section, hire for business, it shows you what I charge. You know what I mean? And if they want any upgrades, it's going to be $197. And if the teachers want any upgrades, it's going to be $97. So I'm going to do that click CTA or call to action today, later on. I'm going to buy some more credits and add that on for the teacher in the teachers area, so the teachers can have that option as well, right? So that's my strategy. Keep it free. However, go to different people. So like I bought a tablet, and right now what I do is I go to bars, I go to different bars, and I go to the bar owners and I say, hey, play this game. I give them the tablet, and then I say, hey, click here, and then I play the multiplayer from my phone. So once they play, they're like, oh, snap. I'm like, yeah, you could play up to 6 people. It's great for your bar. It's interactive. It's interactive marketing. It's like, oh, that's amazing. So right there, and then I say, yeah, so I come in as if I'm a brand ambassador. So I'm just showing you how to use the app and share with your patrons and everything. And if you'd like your own version, we also have that option. I give them my card. I say, if you like one, definitely check that out. We only charge $1,500 for the year, and you'll have your own custom version. And if you want to make any changes, you just give us, the 10 words, what you need, and we got you covered. Oh, amazing. I give them my business card that looks just like the website's design. So the card itself looks like a collectible. So it's just using a different strategy of marketing. So I go to bars, I go to events, places, I go to churches, because I have Bible crosswords puzzle. I have the different books within the Bible. I have drinking games crossword puzzle for bars. I have all that good stuff. So imagine a congregation all playing Bible games, and each puzzle you go to, if you click on the upper right where it says duel, you can send that specific puzzle to somebody so they can battle you live right there and then. So I made it, and mind you, this is all with a website builder. This is not a game. Even Lovable probably didn't anticipate this level of creation. So what I'm trying to tell you is, it's with these website builders, it's all up to your imagination. And I never lost my kid-like imagination, and that's the difference.
I love that.
I
100%.
love that as well. That was really good.
Fredo, you're right. And that's why I mentioned in the beginning that right now AI is in its worst position ever. I didn't say that it's not going to work. I said that it's in early stages. And right now, as it's early, a lot of things are changing. And Fredo, I checked your site with the site, with the website I talked about, Is It Agent Ready? And you can see where it shows your website as well in the presence level. So there are usually 4 levels, and yours at level 1. And it's a good thing that it's there, because some people don't have even a level 1. So it's good that you have these things in place. And I love the way it's functional, because I was looking at your website through my computer, and it makes sense. It adds up. Everything is good, and you're getting traffic, and it's a game. Just imagine now you're building leads from there. So that is in itself something that you can build. And not to say that it's not possible, but when you're building with AI right now, when it comes to limitations, I'm looking at it from scaling that online, because of course you can have your sitemaps. I can see your robots files. I can see these things. When it now comes to expanding them, that's where, of course, like you said, you want your imagination to go beyond. But right now, if you're thinking about the structure and you want to build something out, you can have this as a supplementary way so that it's not drailing you or trailing you backwards, but you're using this as a way to launch forward. And as you're also building it as you're going, you're getting better. Because I'm definitely for sure, Fredo, by this time in December, this website is not going to look the same, because you're going to be doing a lot of different things between now and then. And AI is also changing every second. So that's where it is. Just wanted to make sure that that is clear. But definitely, to scale business, go on Google, submit to search engines, be on search bots. It's possible to have it on those platforms, but you also want to be careful on how you can scale them through.
Absolutely. And another thing I do, Favor and Bridget, is once I'm at a certain point in creation, I tell the website builder, give me the entire code breakdown. So just in case anything happens, I can give it to another website builder or a developer, and they can easily recreate this whole thing, and it'll give me the entire breakdown. I'll take that as an archive just in case, because we are at the mercy of these website builders. So if they go out of business, so you still want a backup drive, so you can just go to somewhere else, re-upload it, and be back in business without a hiccup. So these are things that I do as a safeguard, mechanism, just in case something happens and whatnot.
Hey, Frito, let me ask you a question. Your word search dot life, did you intend that, or was that given to you when you created the the app?
So my objective is every website I create, I either before I create it or while I kind of have the idea, like I might start creating it and then say, okay, this is what I want the website name to be. I'll go to GoDaddy and then I'll say the dot life, right, is it's newer, right? So a lot of people don't know about it or they don't utilize it. So I say something, but it's okay because you got it for 3. So ultimately, I utilize the dot life. So I get it immediately because I'm the type of person, I'm not gonna let myself be a slave to whatever the name of the website builder is. So your website name dot wix.com. I don't want that. It's not professional. It doesn't grab the people. Word search dot life, yeah, that grabs you. And when you just say altogether word search life, it just flows with it. You know what I mean? So it's a lifestyle, so to speak. So it's a play with words that it's easy to remember, and I want it to be to where people always think it existed, like wordscapes, like, oh, word search, yeah, that always been here. That's been here all these. Come on, what you mean? It's new, So, and I said, how can I take a word search game and put it on steroids, make it multiplayer? Now, granted, I should admit this. I've been making games since 2011. I've been the Steve Jobs of the operation, working with Fiverr specialists who were programmers, and I would tell them what I want. So I was the orchestrator of games prior to this. So I've made multiple games and apps in the past by project managing the situation. So now talking to ChatGPT is so much easier. Hey, do this, and he doesn't get mad, he doesn't get pissed, he doesn't get frustrated. It's just, and I'm like, okay, this, and when I'm up 3 a.m, and what I love about it is instantaneous, right? So that's me, mind you. So, and don't get me wrong, there's times I spend a lot of money. Like this game alone is probably not a lot, but I probably spent so far like $500 in credits to make this what you see in front of you, right? $500 in credits. That's constantly going back and forth and this, that, and the third, and all that good stuff. So, but going back to your immediate question, I immediately go for the domain. I make sure, because that's a crucial part of SEO. So when someone is a word search game, so when you type in word search, bang, it's right there. So it's like, I want people to even by mistake, find me. So that's my strategy.
That's what I'm talking about. That's dope, Fredo. Yeah, I'm glad that it's not just one person hearing it or doing it, because it's possible. It can be done, and when it's done, you can see it, and those numbers, it will be like, whoa, yeah, this could definitely take off. So definitely, that domain part is so important. It's so underlooked, but that's the one thing that can move you from left to right, from down to up. So thank you, Fredo, for sharing that with us today. And thank you, Bridget, for those questions. That was amazing. We've covered a lot
Thank
today.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're most welcome. This was great, guys. I would say before we go, Bridget, what would you say would be your biggest takeaway? And Fredo, biggest takeaway before we go?
I think you are absolutely amazing, Favor. I always have thought that you're a genius. Fredo is so happy. I'm so happy to have met you. You are amazing as well. I love what you're doing with the word search, and I really believe you're going to have great prosperity and success. Thank you, Favor.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Bridget. Fredo?
Yeah, appreciate that. I'm definitely taking away the Facebook ads library and LinkedIn ads library. I've never really dived, because my boy spoke about it, but now like listening to you kind of solidify what he was saying. It's like, okay, sometimes God says you got to hear it twice or 3 times before you can commit to it. So I'm definitely going to start using it as a form of espionage on my enemies, on my competition, so to speak. So because it's so important that I'm constantly using ChatGPT and stuff, but to have these specific libraries that already accumulated a certain amount of information that's custom to their library, I feel like, is real crucial. So I'm going to start utilizing that. So that's what I'm going to take away from today.
Appreciate you, Fredo. Definitely, we've talked about this. I said I was going to bring this up, and I'm glad I was able to do it today. And we covered it really, really well. So for those who are here checking in, go to the very top of the chat before we go. Scroll all the way to the top of this room chat. You'll see the links to both Facebook and LinkedIn ads library. You'll see both of them there. Thank you so much, Jasmine. The Facebook ads library link is there. The LinkedIn ads library link is there too. So you can check it out. Go search, see what it's all about, get to know exactly how you can also do it for yourself, build it as well, and create these things within so that you're able to know what to do long term for your business without stressing, without guessing. So without much further ado, thank you so much for being here, Fredo, Bridget, Reggie, Austin, Dr. Fashion, Jasmine, 21, Alina, Darren, Big, Asher Khan. Thank you for being here, Magnum, Junior, Omar, Seema, and also Cosmically Divine. You all are appreciated. And thank you for being here. Enjoy your hump day. Enjoy the rest of your week. And I'll definitely see you guys here in the Marketing Club very soon again. Till we meet again, have a blessed night. Stay blessed, stay hydrated, and stay warm. See you guys in the next room. Bye for now. Welcome to season 13, where you listen, you live, you learn, and you earn. A lot of information is always given on this show. So, we're in the 13th season. God has brought us so far, and I just want to thank God for the opportunity to connect with you today on such quiet, calm space like this. So thank you for listening. Know that Jesus loves you, and know that you can always connect with me on the We Don't Play podcast show. More specifically, go to wedon'tplaypodcast.com, or you can go to playinc.online. That is PLAYINC.online, and get in touch with me. Let's get on a call. Let's talk. Let's focus on SEO for 2026 and beyond. So until we meet in the next episode, God bless you. Jesus loves you. Stay hydrated, stay safe, and stay blessed, and stay tuned. Bye for now.